Now we're going to look at some of the other filters in the Distort and Pixelate menus. Alright, so once again, let's go ahead and, oh, did I not keep it? Oh, I did keep my, so if you could see here, I made a mistake. Alright, so this is what happens when you don't turn a layer into a smart object. So in the previous video I had played with some of the blur and I went ahead and hit OK, and now it's on this layer and there's nothing I could do to change it. So I'm just stuck with it. It is what it is. If I wanted to change it up, I'd have to start over. So this time let's go ahead and make a copy of this layer. I'm going to hit Command J and I am going to go ahead and turn it into a smart filter as soon as my little globe stops turning. Oh, my computer's mad at me. There we go. Okay, right click and convert to smart object. Alright, we're a smart object. Yay! I'm going to turn off this layer here. And let's go ahead and come up here to filter and let's go to distort. Oops, filter, distort. And there's a bunch of different stuff here. Pinch is, kind of similar to what we saw in the liquify tool. It brings things together. We have ripple, shear, kind of wonkies everything to the side. Spherize turns things circular. Twirls, wave, and then zigzag. So let's just go ahead and go with zigzag for this. And again, we come up with this little menu or this little options box here. And we can play with these different sliders. So we have amount and ridges and style. And right over here, it's going to give us kind of a preview of what's going to happen overall with the image. And then this is an actual preview of the image with what we have in here right now. So let's take the amount down. And you can see you can ripple it different ways. So 0 in this case is right in the middle. And that would be our image without anything going on. Then we can ripple this way and we can ripple that way. You can play with the amount of ridges, so that's no ridges and even more ridges. And right now we're on pond ripples. There's also around center, and you can see here that the little graph thing here has changed, or out from center. I'm going to go ahead and keep it on pond ripples. Let's really make this crazy looking. I'm going to hit OK. And we have a pond ripple. So if you wanted to make it look like, someone was looking into a pond, you could take a portrait and then add a pond ripple and it looks like they're looking into a pond and just threw a rock in. Pretty cool. So that's just one of many uses. Now at the very beginning in the intro video, I talked about and linked to a tutorial where they used that zigzag to create basically that texture to make a look as if something's been printed on money, okay, like an etching. So that's pretty cool, or an engraving, I mean. Alright, so let's move on. Let's make a copy here by hitting Command J, and then I'm gonna, oh, don't forget to convert to smart object. Alrighty, and let's go ahead and turn off this filter so we're not seeing what's going on here. And I'm going to come back up here to filter and let's take a look at some of the pixelate. So we have halftone, crystallize, all of these do really fun, amazing things. Don't have time really to go over every single one. Let's see, let's try crystallize. I really like crystallize. So you can see that it's creating this really cool pattern here, and you can make it really small so it's almost not even visible, or take it up. And it's kind of like the stained glass that we were playing with in the filter gallery, except it doesn't have the lines. So for a real stained glass look, you have the lines going through. But in this case, we don't have those lines, but this can be really fun. Just think if you need a background, you're making a graphic and you have a really cool, colorful photo, but you don't really want the photo to actually be seen all the way. You just want those colors. Use crystallize and you can make a really cool background. So let's click OK. And bam, that's super fun. I'm loving it. Alright, so obviously there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there to play with, but here's just a quick look at some of the options in those two menu items.